Hey guys, what's going on? Nivens here. Time for your weekly rock wind-up. So much in store, from lawsuits, smackdowns, smack talking, and some congratulations. So I'll jump right into it with the congratulations. Are in order to Volbeat for their 2010 album Beyond Hell Above Heaven, Hailstorm's first two albums, the self-titled one from 2009 as well as 2012, The Strange Case Of, and Lamb of God's third album, Ashes of the Wake. All three, or four I should say, of those albums reached the gold standard in sales this week. Now, there's been a kind of a change in the way they registered. 500,000 copies of an album meant gold. Platinum was 1 million, diamond's 10 million. But because so many people now stream music on things like Spotify, I think, what else they reference on that? YouTube, Apple Music, they're now taking those spins into consideration, and because of that, all three of those bands are celebrating this week. So congratulations to each and every one of those bands. Of course, we're very familiar with all three of them. And continuing on, I promise you smack talk. It seems that NWA and notably Ice Cube have taken issue with Gene Simmons throwing a little shade on their induction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Gene does not feel like NWA belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. His argument, at least to Ice Cube, is respectfully, this was all done on Twitter, let me know when @Jimi Hendrix gets into the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, then you'll have a point. Ice Cube was on Howard Stern and said, yo man, bottom line is we're in, so sorry baby. It's one of those kind of gray areas. I mean, there's a lot of bands that need to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like Motorhead, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, just to name a few. But I can see musically the importance of a band like NWA, so it just makes for great bar talk, basically. Speaking of bar talk, I have made mention this before. Led Zeppelin, arguably one of the greatest bands of all time. Also probably the greatest cover band of all time. Pretty much all of their big hits were a cover version of an old blues tune, or at least sampled pretty heavily from that. Actually not this week, but it's going to go to a grand jury. May 10th, they're going to decide whether or not Zeppelin stole an opening riff from a band called, what was it, Taurus? No, the band was Spirit, the song was Taurus. If you compare them side by side, the opening riff to Stairway to Heaven and this song Taurus, you can hear some definite similarities to it. Enough to go to court over? I don't know. Again, I guess we'll find out May 10th. And moving on to a little bit of a smackdown, if you've seen that weird video, it's a very short clip of Nicolas Cage and Vince Neil. Both of them look a little shit-faced out front of a casino. Allegedly, they were having dinner or playing blackjack or craps or whatever, and some autograph hound was bothering them relentlessly for a signature, and Vince allegedly pulled this woman's hair. He denies it, but according to the Las Vegas Police Department, they got video footage of it, and they're going to, I guess, issue a citation. This thing is still ongoing, but it's beating up somebody, a woman, if you're a man, it's not funny, but the embracing between Nick Cage and Vince Neil, who both look pretty shit-faced, is rather comical. And close out your weekly rock wind-up for all the new stuff that is coming out. As of today, I've made mention on air about the Metallica reissues of not only Kill 'Em All, but also Ride the Lightning. Opeth's Book of Opeth comes out today. And of course, tomorrow is Record Store Day, something that is very, very important to all of us that really appreciate the tangible element of music, whether that's a CD or an actual record. Because you can't really take the downloads and move them around or share them with your friends or sell them or whatever you want to do. But make sure you get out there and support mom and pop record shops. And I know I plan on doing that as well. Also, I got a little thing I do with my fiance, a little burlesque show that's happening tomorrow night as well. It's the many deaths of my character, Frankie Dismay. So, come on out, hang out, see what it's all about. Doors open at 8, show starts at 9. It is at the Buffalo Room, which is the backside of Westport Flea Market. Other than that, have a great weekend, doing whatever it is you do. Thanks for watching Weekly Rock Wind-Up, and peace.